All right, ladies and gentlemen, the weather in Long Beach, California.
It's 67 degrees and clear in Long Beach.
All right, you hear what they said? It's 67 degrees, and it feels like it's 67 degrees, ladies and gentlemen. The participation is 0%, humidity is 47%, and the winds is traveling at a calm 10 miles an hour, and the air quality is moderate. That's a yellow light right up under the green light. That's what it is. So let me hit y'all up since today is Friday. Let me hit y'all up for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So when you hear the highs and the lows, you're paying attention. That's 1, 2, and 3 days in a row that stand for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Okay, 78, 57, 82, 57, 83. That's a Monday, 59. So you got the next 3 days. If you're traveling to Southern California from all around this globe, which I call the Garden of the Eden. Yes, the Garden of the Eden. If you're traveling to Southern California and the surrounding areas, LA, Inglewood, Compton, Glenwood, Orange County, Lakewood, Bellflower. Yes, I don't know what's going on up there and going up north towards Bakersfield, San Francisco, and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know what's going further south. Let me go ahead and tap in real quick and see if you guys can be with me right now. Okay, it says that I am live right now. Let me go ahead and go public so you guys can see me in real time. All right, there we go. We got that going right there. So, hey, we had some surprise guests come into town. You know, although we knew they was coming, and we was being and getting ready, so we don't have to worry about. We were staying ready, so we don't have to worry about getting ready. That's what you're supposed to do in life. If you try your best to stay ready, you ain't got to worry about getting ready. Our firstborn prodigal son made it in, Floyd Hampton Livingston. Yeah, he did. Y'all hear me? That's right. And he brought lovely ER. I call her Egyptian Red. That's her new nickname, Lydia. Yeah, she's resting up. They traveled over 7, 8, maybe 9,000 miles to get here from Perth, Australia. And then they had to fly 5 hours from their home to Melbourne or Sydney. And that's the distance like from LA or Long Beach to New York. And then from Sydney, they traveled all the way to Los Angeles. Yes, indeed. A total of 13,000 miles, I think it is. Yes. So they made it here safely. You see Firefly in the background. Yeah, and man, I went to the grocery store yesterday and picked up some cold cuts and stuff, right? And then as I was leaving out, right, I remember something my daddy and the old folks used to say, the men used to say, if you ain't for sure when you in any kind of store, a grocery store, department store, right, you ask a woman. So I asked this queen, this Nubian queen. Yeah, okay, I'll say black for you guys that don't know no better. I said, which one of these chuck roast would you get? Because I'm trying to bribe my wife into making a Mississippi pot roast. And man, she picked out a good one. Because you don't want too much marmalade, but you want a little bit in there because fat, that's what marmalade is. Fat is gives you texture, gives you a little bit of taste and flavor out of all the stuff you're gonna put in there. Ain't nothing like that natural. Like the stuff that I'll be sending out to you, ladies and gentlemen, on how to eat good and stuff like that there. Like I said, if nature hasn't made it or God hasn't made it, don't eat it. I'm talking about potato chips and all that stuff, even though potato chips is come from nature, right? But it ain't like if you was to get your bag of potato chips and make your own. You know, they putting this and putting that in there, and you can't pronounce no more than when it says spices, you know, and all that hydroxy and all this other kind of stuff. I don't know what that is, so you try to stay away from it. Hey, and this goes out to my cousin Barbara Livingston. If anybody can get in touch with my cousin Barbara Livingston, I'm doing my best, and I apologize to you, Diana. That's me and her inside joke. And on the Bivens side, we have Rochelle, and her nickname is Ugly Duckling. And then Roses, like the Roses. Her name is Marilyn. My mama nicknamed her Marilyn. But anyway, this goes out to Diana, Barbara Livingston, Uncle Brodus, and Aunt Willa Mays, one of their baby girls. Hey, I apologize for constantly sending this over there to you on Messenger, right? And I went ahead and put a block on it, and all of a sudden the block came off, and when I'm going through, I don't realize it until I'm checking the name, because I go through the list before I press send when I'm sending out stuff, notifications. And I remember, and I thank you for being so patient with me, because I thank you. I wish I was mature like you, because I don't have the patience of you and your twin Roland Jr., because y'all was born like 9 or 8 or 12 days apart. Yes. And I thank you for having that patience with me. And I went through my list. I didn't see your name on there, right? Because I've been skipping over it the last night and a half, right? And then all of a sudden it'll pop up. So I take my time when I go through the list, when I'm sending out some nutrition stuff. Hey, Jenny on the block. Hey, I want to thank you for showing the photos of you and your helpmate, and his helpmate, which is you. Hey, when you get a chance and when you watch this here, Jenny on the block, hey, tell me, I was intrigued by all those certificates, them diplomas. Tell me about that. There's those engineers, those colleges, is a vocational degrees, or do he do mental health or social worker work? Or give me a little bit of background there. I mean, I was so intrigued, because you remember me, I failed 7th and 8th grade at school 82. I have something that was worse than ADHD, right? And I remember going to summer school, and my partner in crime to this day, Joe Allen Cook. He lived out in North South Carolina with his lovely wife now. He had written the answers on a piece of a wooden block, and I had it between my legs, and the teacher called me. She knew I was cheating. I didn't know how to cheat, and she failed me. And then my daddy had to come to school. My daddy didn't even scold me, because he knew, that I didn't understand what I was reading and didn't understand what I was writing other than my name. And the only thing I knew I was writing was my name, because I knew my name. My name stands for old man. Yeah, I failed 7th grade, and I had to go to summer school. I failed 8th grade, so I don't have any diplomas other than in my fraternity. And then I have 366 degrees in that fraternity. Or should I say, yeah, it's 366 degrees, but I have 362. Yes, I do. Hey, I am just so happy right now. And y'all said a prayer out for my youngest prodigal son. Hopefully, God, the gods up in the heavens will continue to have grace and mercy on him, and allow him to get his degree and turn that corner in maturity. Because some of us outgrow our childish and youthful days before others, and some do it later. So like they say, sooner or later. And I guess it ain't never too late. And I'll tell you something, my family ain't the only family that's perfect, because what make a family and make an individual perfect is our imperfections as well as with our perfections. Because if it wasn't for our goddamn imperfections, we would be perfect. And every family have those who's have their rebels, have that auntie when you at the barbecue or the family reunion, right? That's the whole or the process. Or they don't say it like that. They will say that's fast. And then you had that uncle, right, that always nodding in the corner, from his favorite spirit, and his thorn in the side. It may be alcohol, it could be drugs, or it could be that he just don't have the energy. And then you have that one that's the pimp and the player, the hustler. Then you have that one that's the cook. Then you have those in the family that spread the wisdom, knowledge, and the understanding. The aunties, the uncles, and the older cousins, the younger cousins that just sit back in their seat or at that picnic table, like they are sitting and perched on a tree branch and not saying nothing, just like that old owl. Like my second born prodigal son, Brendan Brodus Livingston. He's just like an old owl. I always tell him, I puts it in his birthday card that all he do is just sit. like an old owl perched up in the tree. Turn his head all the way around 180 degrees and turn it back the other way 180 degrees and see and hear. And don't say nothing unless he feel he have to. I love you, son. You at work right about now. Yes, she is. And right now, it's 7:58 p.m. Friday, October 18th. It's a crescent moon outside, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is. And it's 68 degrees Fahrenheit. It just feel like it. You know, kind of breezy. My firstborn son, Floyd After Livingston and Lydia, they'll be going to the Taste of Soul tomorrow. And I don't know if they'll be back before the sun goes down. And hopefully, they'll take just a thin sweater with them. They'll be able to tie it around their shoulder or their waist, you know, and have it to where when the sun go down, they won't be discouraged to say, well, it's time for us to hurry up and get up out of here, so it'll mess up them enjoying their excursion as they're here in the States for just a little while. I got my godsons. I got Brandon Brooks. That's my godson, Brandon Brooks, right there. Jonathan Williams will be back in town as well. And my daughter, Michelle. Yes, indeed. My daughter-in-law, Nameli Tatolo. Michelle Rowe. Yes, indeed. Michael Rowe is their dad. You hear me? Yeah. And you got Doc Valerie down there in North or South Orleans in Alabama. Yes, indeed. Then we got Randy. Yeah. That's another one of my godsons. Yeah, I'll tell you. I wonder if Randy is still running that marathon every day, you know, to exercise his lungs. And you know the purpose of exercising? Exercising is so we can stretch our lungs. Our lungs are supposed to be like a rubber band, supposed to be pulled, you know, and it's supposed to be stretched. And that's what we do when we exercise, when we take those deep breaths to keep our lungs in tip-top shape. That's exactly what we do. Hey, I got a nephew in Bakersfield called Dijon Jennigan, the Deacon. Yes, indeed. You make sure when you're down this way, I got these books that I brought from Barnes & Noble, spanking brand new. I paid pretty good penny for both of these books. I think they'd be beneficial for you in your spiritual walk. Yes, indeed, they're spiritual books. Yes, they is. Because you know, in the Old Testament, they talk about the Egyptians. They talk about the beginning of time. Yeah, like they do the end time. So I think it'd be beneficial, and I appreciate you. And Charles Kellum, is you still over there in Paris, France? Or did you make it on back to the States? I miss you. I love you. Hey, Mondays at 7 p.m. right here off of Warlow at Roxanne's. Yeah, Roxanne's has open mics. And then if you want to take that open mic to the next level, you got to go to the pizza. Yes, indeed. I mean, this establishment is nice. It's full blown. You hear me? You got more than elbow room and leg room to walk around and lean back to laugh and stomp your feet when people is showing their open mic, whether it's instrumental vocals, whether it's the spoken word poetry, rap, whether it's humor. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we're right here at 1318, right? We at 1322 right now, 22 seconds after 13 minutes of this live stream. Yes, indeed. So, I got a nickname for my son's woman, Lydia. She brought some gifts and stuff like that there, and immediately, you know, my sense of humor, my twisted sense of humor, she brought us some tea. My wife and I, we love drinking tea, just like my godson, Jesus. Jesus, how you doing? I love you, son. I'm sorry we didn't get together last time you was here, last Christmas or Thanksgiving. Pops had a little bit of that COVID. You know, I'm just so glad that, you know, the gods up above had told you, take a rain check on bringing those tamales that your mama and your sisters and everybody cook. But I know we'll meet up and have a cup of tea. I love you every time you come in town, man. Every time you come in town, you're always letting Pops know that you love him. And I appreciate it, Jesus. Yes, indeed. I got so many godsons. I'm like the old man living the shoe. I got so many damn kids. I know exactly what to do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hey, check this out. If you want to watch Uncle Floyd, all you have to do is go on Facebook. You can go on Facebook and look up Floyd Livingston. You go on Twitch and you look up the Gift of Gab with Uncle Floyd. Then you go on YouTube, you put in Floyd Livingston 8202. Okay, I'm gonna sign off right now. And Jenny on the Block back home in Buffalo, New York. And some of you people, when I call her Jenny on the Block, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. And I ain't talking about a working girl. I'm talking about a friend, not a fair weather friend. I'm talking about a friend through thick and thin. Yes, her, Denise Gibson, Cheryl McCutcheon. What happened to the Butler sisters? Was it Deborah Butler? What was her sister's name? What is her sister's name? Get back to me on that, Jenny. Yeah, I'm going to sign off right now. Like I said, all you have to do is go on Facebook. When you don't catch me live, you go on Facebook to Floyd Livingston. You don't catch me live, you go on Twitch, The Gift of Gab with Uncle Floyd. And if you, yes, you, don't catch me live, you go on YouTube and put in Floyd Livingston 8202. And don't forget, I love you, and all of you. Thank you for tuning in. And you can catch my rebroadcast on each one of those apps. Facebook, Floyd Livingston. Twitch, The Gift of Gab with Uncle Floyd. And Floyd Livingston, 8202 on YouTube. All right, I'm going to go in here and watch me a little bit of something, and then I'll get back to you because it's still early out here on the web. It's only 8:04 p.m. degrees Fahrenheit. I love you all. I love you. And go out to my daughter Jay and my daughter Pookie. I love you. Thank you. I love you, Unc. Yeah, I love that post that y'all did when you and Pookie was out enjoying some live entertainment. I love you, my daughters. And don't forget, I got to get Pookie. I got to get you over here too, Jay. But I got to get Pookie over here so she can get some shout out, so we can network and people can see what's really going on with her and her expertise in one of her many gifts. All right, this is The Gift of Gab with Uncle Floyd, and I am signing out. Yes, I am.